Hello everyone. Welcome to this new edition of streaming on this new stream on hacking on federal infrastructure applications. My name is Aurélien Bompard, and I'm going to be looking at some applications today and see what we could fix, see if there are some low-hanging fruits and easy fixes that we could have a look at, and hopefully fix them during the time that we have here, which is about 2 hours. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat at any time. I'm happy to be interrupted at any time. I find that much better than just waiting for me to stop speaking and then forgetting what you wanted to ask in the first place. So yeah, feel free to ask questions at any time. And yeah, and I think it's ready to start. Let me set up a few things. So I need things I need to do. Start the small script that is going to beep whenever somebody speaks in the chat. So almost there. I'm gonna cut off my notifications. Waiting for people to show up. Okay, that is done. What else? Let's turn off my email so we don't get interrupted. And the rest. Alright, I think we are ready. As you've seen before, the point is to pick an easy application from the list of applications, the list of easy fixes that we have in Fedora. And I'm going to share my screen now so you can have a look at that. All right, first let me check if there are people in this chat already. Yeah, not so many. It's fine. Feel free to post something in the chat if you're here and just if you want to say something. And if you're interested in what's going to be happening. Hey, Adam. Nice to meet you. Thanks. All right, let me share my screen. It's always better when there are people and I'm not speaking to myself. All right. Okay, now you should be able to see the screen. That's perfect. Okay. What else do we have here? Good. Yeah, so Adam says he's been here once before, but he's usually busy around that time, and he's glad to be here again. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad as well. I'm happy you can make it, and I chose some time frame that is in my afternoon, but if it makes it easier for other people, well, I've considered doing the stream twice a week maybe at a different time so that people in different places can attend. I have colleagues all over the place, so I could do it in the morning so that people in the eastern part of the world, well, eastern from my point of view, can attend, but I could do it also later so that people in the US, for example, can attend. So yeah, there's plenty of options. So yeah, there's always the recordings as you mentioned. So yeah, feel free to of course feel free to watch them. It's a bit better if you can interact with the people who do the streaming, but I mean we do what we can, right? All right, let me add some light. All right. So all right, that's good. All right, there's more people now. So I'm going to introduce the bugs that we could be working on today. Hey, Lisa. Um, hey, thank you. So Lisa says, so glad you posted about this stream on Mastodon. Yes, I've posted it here. I've put it there also on the Fedora discussion forum. But there's different people who might be interested. Are you familiar with Fedora already? scientific computing. Very interesting. Okay, cool. And Adam has been running it for years. That's very cool. Hey, girl. How are you? Hey, it's nice to see you all today. So, as you might know, building a distribution takes quite a bit of infrastructure because we need to build the packages, but we need also to have the people communicate with each other. There are building packages is more than just compiling software. There's quality insurance that comes into play. There are applications that manage the updates, making sure that they don't break everything. There's applications that talk to other applications about what they're doing. There's a lot of things in the infrastructure that is that Fedora requires, and there's a small team of people who manage all that. Who are paid by Red Hat to manage all of that, and there's a larger team of people who are volunteers and help maintain all that and develop new apps. So yeah, they're all heroes. That is true in some sense, and so there's a lot of stuff in the backend that you don't see when you download an ISO and you run it, and part of my job is to maintain some of the applications and help with I should say with the technical orientation, like the software choices that we make in the infrastructure, how we develop our applications, how we make sure that they stay maintainable in the long run, and how we try to prevent issues and bugs. Of course, we try to prevent them, but sometimes they happen. But it would be way worse if we didn't try to prevent them. So there's that. My objective in making those streams is to show how easy or how feasible it is to contribute to those applications who are all open source anyway, of course. All of the application that we write is open source. And it's pretty easy to contribute to them if they do something that you would like change, or if they don't do something that you would like them to do, and you feel like you could develop the missing feature and contribute to them. That would be great. So the objective of my streams is to show you how you could start contributing to them. So here I have a list of fixes that have been identified, like issues that have been identified as easy for some definitions of easy, or issues that are good for new people, newcomers, and I'm going to pick one of them and start from scratch and show you how to start the application, how to start the development environment for it, etc., etc. All right, here's my list. This list is built by querying all the repositories in Pagure or in GitHub, or I think it may be even GitLab, but I'm not sure, and collecting all the issues that have the right label on them. All right, let's start with the Fedora Infra group on GitHub. I see that there are some things in Anitia. Anitia is the software that runs releasemonitoring.org. It's a pretty cool website where you can register an application, and it tells you when there's a new version available, and it will also propose a change in our source repository, propose a change to the package, so you can just merge it if it works, if it passes. Pretty cool. There are some things with the API that could be changed. This one is a bit too old. This one also, I'm not sure I'll be able to. I need chat.flag.set message. What is it about? Okay, so that's actually an issue in FMN. I'm surprised that it was created 4 years ago, because FMN isn't that old. Or maybe that's the old FMN. Yeah, that would make sense. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of old. FMN has been rewritten in the meantime, so I'm not going to look at that one. There's something about adding a stable version in the API. Okay. Sure. Body then. Body is the large piece of software that help us update packages, like create updates for the packages in the distribution. It triggers some quality control. It helps people comment. It has a way for people to comment on them, tell that the the update works or it doesn't work, that sort of thing. So prevent regressions basically. So that one is not really interesting for us today. This one is about fixing a regular expression because the regular expression doesn't recognize the dash when you want to mention someone. That's pretty easy to fix. Well, let me start on the editor. All right. There's another one. Let me pass the list of tickets that we could work on, so you can, and I'll make you a poll that you can work on, that you can vote on. So it's going to be interesting for you at least. All right. There's this one on body. This one is kind of big. Well, it's easy to do, but it's gonna take a long time, so I'm not extremely interesting for you, I think. These two are about documentation, which is a real issue, but not really interesting to show on the stream, I think. Fed images and fed message are being deprecated. Fed message as well. Not this one. This one is about a UI issue in FMN where when you create a role, you have to go through multiple steps, and it's easy to forget that you still need to commit the change. Like you still need to click on the save button. It's not really obvious, and this thing would make it harder to miss this final step. Fixing this will make it harder. So there's that. I think it's already in my list. Yes. This one is also on the front end, 892. I'll be able to do it if I do the other one as well. It's pretty easy, just adding a link in the UI. The only interesting thing about that is that the FMN UI is made in JavaScript using Vue. Well, Vue because it's supposed to be it's supposed to sound like French, so I would say it in French, Vue, which means view, but still. And so that will be interesting to show you how you develop on that sort of framework. All right, there's a new rule. Yeah, that's also a UI thing, 891. I can do 891 and 892 in the same batch, I think. 891 and 892. Okay. This one has been done, I can remove it. Done last week. Okay, what else do we have here? This one is also a small thing, like 876. It's a UI thing. It's something that isn't obvious in the UI and should be made more obvious. Okay, Tara is being rewritten, same as Badger server. Bugzilla to fed message has a new issue here. It ships the Fedora messaging schema packages in the main application itself, which is not recommended. The idea is that I don't know if you know Fedora messaging well, but basically it's a system for applications to send messages to each other. And the messages are JSON, and we have what is called schemas that basically are a way for an application to extract information from the message without having to rely on the structure of the JSON, which makes it much easier and much more future-proof because the JSON can change and the API doesn't change, and it makes it easier to upgrade, to change the layout of the JSON itself. So there are schemas and applications that are consuming messages, such as FMN, for example, the Fedora Messaging Notification System, should be able to install the schemas without installing the entire applications, right? So the problem with Bugzilla to fed message at the moment is that it ships the schemas as part of the package itself. So we'll need this issue here, 23, is about changing that. All right. Saying that mailman 325 message plugin, it's blocked at the moment because it requires a newer version of Python, which will be available in a newer version of Enterprise Linux. So it's going to take a while, but so we're not going to touch that at the moment. Maubot-fedora, it's new in town. Maubot-fedora is one of the plugins that we use on our Matrix bot. Matrix is group communication system, I should say, somewhat similar to Slack or IRC, and except it's open source, entirely open source. And we have a bot there that we use to get information quickly about something. And the bot is called the bot framework is called maubot. It's a framework to write bots for Matrix, and we have a plugin called maubot-fedora that has a lot of Fedora specific commands, such as show me bug number 123 on Pagur's Fedora packaging committee, for example, tracker. So that, or announce my name by just fetching it in the Fedora account system and displaying it to other people. That's useful when you're in a meeting, in a virtual meeting. Or show me the local time of user X because I would like to know about ping it, but I don't want to wake them up, or something like this. There's a lot of Fedora specific commands, and we have cookies in there. So by typing the username and plus plus at the end, you give them a cookie, like virtual cookie, that is valid during the period of the current distribution. And you can give cookie twice to the same person during the same distribution period, and then people. It's a way to reward people of things that they did to help you, for example. All right, so right now the way you do this is by typing username plus plus or exclamation point cookie give. I think it's cookie give and the username. But it would be nice if we could react to somebody's message by using a cookie emoji, and the bot would pick it up and give it a cookie and give the cookie to that person. That would be pretty cool. Reacting with emoji is something that you can't do in IRC, so that would be something new. And this enhancement request is about that. I think bots are pretty cool, and if you're interested in that, we could totally work on that today. Then there's mode. That's something that presents the meeting notes of the different meetings that we do in IRC and Matrix. Then there's release monitoring. Right, there's an issue. Oh, that kind of looks similar. Yeah, that's against Anitya. Right, I think there was another one that we could work on. Not free IPA, not Epsilon, not Pagure. Yeah, there's Pagure messages here, pull request owners. Yeah, so there's two in Pagure messages. Pagure messages is the schemas, the Fedora messaging schema for Pagure. And there are some issues with it, like some places where some things are wrong or missing. And what else? I think that's all that I know nothing about, so I would rather not spend time working on it right now. I think that's all. All right, I think that's all. So that still gives us a pretty big list of issues I could work on today. I'm going to do 2 polls. Yeah, that's... First, I'm going to do a poll on the application that we're going to look at, and then a poll on the issue that we want to be looking at. Okay? So, because my polling application, like the polling extension for Twitch, doesn't allow more than 6 options, I think. So right, what are we going to work on today? First option is going to be FMN. Second option is going to be Bugzilla to fed message. Third option is going to be Pagure messages. That's the schema for Pagure. Fourth option is going to be body. And last option is going to be maubot-fedora. The matrix bots. Okay. All right, Bugzilla to fed message, I think is the schema as well. I'm trying to, in Femin it's UI. I'm trying to make that a bit descriptive so you know what you're voting for. And it's on. All right, you should be able to click on things on the screen. And in the meantime, I am going to make myself some tea. All right, so, oh, I forgot my boiler in the other room. Yeah. All right, I see some people voting. Right now it's a tie. So feel free to vote. And I'm gonna give you a few more seconds while I go fetch some hot water for my tea. Excuse me for a second, I'll be back. I'll be rapidly back. Okay, that's much better. All right. So, what's the result? Oh yeah, there's even... So it's a tie with 3. So there are 3 votes on 3 different things. Okay. You have a chance to explain why you want to vote on something in the chat. Hey, so Flanagan says, I like the headset you're using. Picked one up a year ago for work. They totally could market more than get me headset. That's right. It was actually a suggestion by my my manager. It's pretty good. I think the sound is nice. I like having a button to mute here, and I quite like having an option here. So there's a wheel on the right where you can you can select, you can have like 2 outputs. You have two output channels, I would say. One would be for like your app, your whole computer, like the default channel, and one will be for the chat application. And you can change the respective volume, the respective levels by adjusting with a switch here. So I could lower the volume of the computer and increase the volume of the chat application separately from each other. That's pretty cool. Also, it's it when so you plug your regular speakers to the USB dongle that comes with it, and when you turn on the phone, the sound goes directly to the when you turn on the headset, the sound goes directly to the headset and is cut from the speakers. And if you turn off the headset, then it goes to the speaker automatically. Like you don't have to change anything in the software. It's all done by the USB dongle. So I'm pretty happy with it. The only issue that I had with it was that it turned off by itself after 30 minutes. And it turns out there's a power saving feature in the headset where it puts itself to sleep after 30 minutes because it thinks like you've forgotten it. And the way that it's not the way that it's supposed to work, that the driver is supposed to send some pings to the headset, I suppose, to tell it that it's still being used, and that's done by the Windows driver, and it didn't happen on Linux, so I had to install some other software that I didn't really think about. I didn't know at first, called Headset Manager, I think, or Headset Control, and that fixed it. But at first I was very surprised. You can see in my first streams, I was very surprised because the headset was turning off every 30 minutes. I was like, no, it can't be the battery. I charged it up and it's anyway. So that was a thing, and you can turn off that feature, of course, but you need the headset control thing for that. Yeah. Yeah, so use it with the audio jack. Okay, so Finnegan says he uses it with the audio jack. Yeah. I suppose you don't get the dual channel with the audio jack because it only gets one input. But I find that pretty useful, especially for gaming sessions where you have like the volume of your game, and you want to listen to people at the same time when you're doing a multiplayer game, for example, or if you're watching a video with several people. That's I think that's a pretty useful feature. All right, where are we with the thing? Okay, we now have a clear winner, and that's the maubot-fedora plugin, the Matrix bot. I hope that the people who voted for the other ones, body, bag your message, and basically body and bag your message, aren't too disappointed. There will be a chance to work on that next week together or at any time. And you can ping me I'm in the Fedora apps channel on the Matrix on fedora.im, which is the Fedora space in Matrix. So feel free to ping me there, and I'll be happy to help if you want to take on some bugs. All right, so it'll be the maubot-fedora plugin. Done. Okay. Good. Well. All right, so that's an entirely different beast than what I've worked on before here, but I think we can start with this. Okay, let me start a terminal that you might be able to read, which is one with the right profile. Okay. Where is it? It's in lib. Okay, so maubot first. Okay, maubot is it's a bot framework for Matrix that uses plugins to register commands that you will be able to call afterwards directly to the plugin. So okay, let me show you that. So yeah, in Fedora we are using a couple plugins for it. Sorry, the most famous one is the Fedora plugin that gives all the Fedora specific things, but there's also a Meetbot plugin, a meetings plugin, that will help you manage a meeting on Matrix. I'm gonna show you this one so I can I can go then to the other one that we're going to work on. I think it's in red. All right, so you type commands such as start meeting, end meeting, and then it's going to produce. You can have information, action, links, etc. And then it's going to produce logs for you, logs of everything that happened in the meeting, all the action items, all the info items, all the links, etc. In an HTML page that you'll be able to view. So pretty useful. In Fedora, we have a repo called Matrix Bots, which is basically a development environment for the Matrix bots, for the Matrix plugins. So I'm going to start with this one. So here, what am I going to do? I'm going to extract that repository. I have it already, apparently. It's in, but let me just say, let me just check that I'm not going to remove things. Okay. Okay, I have nothing specific there, so I'm going to just start from scratch. Okay, let me extract that directory. No, right. All right, I'm cloning the matrix bots. Very well. I think I have something running in. Just I don't want to be running twice the two things at the same time. Yeah, I was running it, so turning it off right now. Okay, I'm going to my new extraction. And there I'm going to read the README, of course. So, okay, so how do you hack on that thing? Initial setup. Okay, Vagrant up and Vagrant SSH. Okay, I can do that. Vagrant up. Vagrant, I don't know if you're familiar with Vagrant, but it's basically a way to set up a virtual machine on your local computer and sync a directory to the virtual machine, like from your local computer to the virtual machine, and run some initialization system, provisioning system, such as Ansible, for example. That's what we're doing here. We are running, we are setting up a Fedora virtual machine and running Ansible to set it up. And then we're going to be able to sync my repository, my directory, sorry, my local directory to the virtual machine so that each time I change something locally, it changes in the virtual machine as well. All right, so what is it doing right now? It may need tiny stage to be up. Let me check that. Um, yeah, it wasn't up. So it's so if you yeah, some of the commands in our bots are going to make queries to fastJSON. Fastjson is the API for the account system in Fedora, and so we need a fastJSON server somewhere. And good thing is we have one in TinyStage. TinyStage is an environment that is useful for development, where we have a lot of applications already prepared and ready to go, so that you can work on something else that depends on them and not have to reinstall everything all the time. So I'm going to start some of the virtual machines in TinyStage, such as the IPA, which is the account system, and auth, which is the virtual machine with fastJSON running. So that then is going to be running, and we'll be able to register this machine with IPA. Okay, it's a bit slow, but it's installing packages. I suppose it's installing a lot of packages because we're starting from a blank VM. And that's fine. If you have questions in the meantime, there's always time for it. And if you don't and you want to introduce yourself and tell us how you're using Fedora, for example, that would be interesting. And that will be also helpful to me so that I can orient the things that I say to your level of familiarity with the Fedora environment. For example, if you're very familiar with Fedora, I don't need to explain what Fedora messaging is, and if you're not, then that might be useful. So, or Bodhi, for example. Lots of people who contribute to Fedora I know what Bodhi is because it's a very central piece of our infrastructure. Okay, it's installed. Now it's enrolling as an IPA client. So basically a machine that is controlled by IPA. All good. All this is going well. Now it's installing the RPM packages that maubot depends on. Setting up subdirectories. Setting up some configuration. Right. Okay, cool. It's running. Okay, very cool. All right. So, um, so it is now running, and it says that apparently there is a URL here that I might be able to look at. Um, wait a minute. No, yeah, this one. Okay. Okay, so Maubot, the bot itself has a web UI to manage it. That's pretty cool. Um, I think the password is admin password, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. What is the password? Oh yeah, it's my password. I don't know why I think it's my password. Yeah, it was my password by default. I think that, yeah, I've tried setting it up to password, but I think it detects that the password is password and it refuses it. So, yeah, bit too bad. So, all right. So how do we go from here? We have done that. We haven't done the vagrant SSH, but let's do it. All right, we should be soon in the VM itself. Soonish. Yeah, okay. So, okay, we've done that. We've done that. Okay, now, what's next? Log into the maubot instance. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that from my host machine. Okay, so I'm going to do that not from the VM. So I'm going to I've opened a new tab and I'm going to do that from my host machine. MBC login maubot blah 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 my password maubot tiny stage test. Okay. Oh yeah, MBC is an unknown comment. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's a bit too bad. Okay, there is some missing documentation here. I'm going to try and fix it because I need the MBC command, which is provided by the maubot package. Um, I have installed the maubot package in the VN virtual right here. So you have MBC in there. So I'm going to just use that environment. Or should I remove it? Yeah, I'll remove it. And I'm going to update the docs. So that's basically the list of commands that you would have to do, right? You create a virtual environment, you use it. Okay, now you enable it. Okay, oops, yeah. And now, yeah, what's wrong with that? Oh, okay, that's better. Pip install maubot. And it's going to install maubot in the virtual environment. Also, since I don't want to have the error in Vim that you've seen, I'm going to install Black as well, which is a formatter for Python. And I have a Vim plugin that uses that, but it needs to find it, and it's not installed at the moment. So just installing Black just for the sake of not having the issue in Vim. Okay, that's good. I have my venv, and now I'm going to be able to run the command that was here. MBC login, blah, 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 blah. Let's do it. Logged in successfully. Okay, that's good, I suppose. Now add a new client to maubot. Okay, a client is maubot is a link to a user on Matrix. Okay, so that means that my bot is going to be connecting to Matrix as a user. So I need that user to exist, right? So I'm going to use an old user of mine that was a user on matrix.org. And yeah, I'm going to use that. And because at the moment I have two users. I have the one that is provided by the Fedora account, which is on fedora.im, and I have my old one, which I used before Fedora has its own instance, and I'm going to use that one. So there's a command here that I'm going to be able to just type, right? Right. Let's do it. Username is I think it was avant-part. I think it was, yeah, that was it. And the password was, I have no idea what the password was. I think I have it somewhere. Okay. No element.io. Abompart. Okay, I'm going to copy. Yeah, that's probably this. Let me copy that password and use it here. That's gonna work? We'll see. Oh, it worked. Okay, I created a client for my old username, abompart at matrix.org. And so let's go back to the manager now. Yes, I see my my plugin running. I'm authenticated as my old user. All right, that's all very good. And I do not have any instances. So an instance the plugins are instantiated. So right now Maubot is connected, but it doesn't have any plugin running. Okay, next step. Setting up an instance. That's exactly what we were talking about. Okay, that's the link I am at. And now set up an instance for the plugin to the matrix user. Okay, configure. Okay, well, okay, let's do it. So I'm going to go to the maubot-fedora plugin and I'm going to create an instance for it. Let's create an instance. I don't know. Instance is going to be named devil. Sure. And we're going to add this. Internal server error. That's bad, I suppose. Did it work? It's not running. Can I make it run? I don't know. Save? Yeah, there's a problem somewhere. Okay, what is this issue? Let's go look at the logs. So, what is the error? Yes, it couldn't load it because I'm betting, yeah, it's missing some dependencies. So that's one of the issues. When you create a new, like when you add a plugin, it might have dependencies and they are not resolved. Like nothing. If the plugins have dependencies and you don't have them on your machine, then it just doesn't load. Okay. So apparently there's a missing dependency named HTTPX. Okay, we can fix that. So pip install. No, I think it has to be done as root. Pip install HTTPX. Okay, show me the logs again, and let me try again. What's happening now? Another missing dependency. Okay, it's starting to be annoying. I don't want to chase all the dependency one after the other. So, plugins are invalid maubot, but they are zip files at the moment. Fortunately, I have my maubot-fedora plugin. It's in here, maubot-fedora. And helpfully, this has a requirements list. So I can just use all the components on the requirements.txt. Yeah, I didn't remove and extract it, but I'm going to do that now. Let me clear my work. Okay. I have nothing pending, nothing in my, no, okay, it's all good. Okay, I'm going to remove my extraction, my clone, and extract it again from maubot-fedora, which is, by the way, the thing that we wanted to work on in the first place. This one here. I have a small tool called git PR branch, git PR branch, that I've written to help me manage my workflow of reviewing pull requests, and this has the capability to clone a repository. So nothing extraordinary here, right? That's just what Git does by itself. The difference is that it also creates a fork for you in GitHub. Well, in GitHub or in Pagure, it can work with both. and sets it up for you as a remote so that you can just create your pull requests by pushing to the fork remote, which has been created for you. So that saves me a few steps. See, it's created a fork for me in GitHub and sets it up as a remote. So all good, because I am going to be pushing a pull request. Okay, maubot-fedora. Okay, requirements. What are my requirements? I need all this. Okay, fine. So let's install it. So what else? This one, maubot is obviously already installed. This one also is a dependency of maubot, so fine. pytz and asympg, but I think that's a dependency of maubot. But anyway, it doesn't hurt if it's already, yeah, okay. That was the only one left. Okay, good. Logs now, and it should load, in theory, now. Ah, yeah, it loads. It loads and it tells me that this is the default configuration. Okay, fine. Then it says to use the instance with tiny stage, configure the plugin with this. Okay, I will do this. So fastJSON URL is this and not that. PyGeoIO URL doesn't change, but I mean, we need only one of them. And PyGeoDistGit is changed. Oh, sorry. All right. Clean it up a bit, and that's good. Okay. Sorry. All right, I changed the configuration to work with tiny stage. Find the URL, the users in tiny stage. All good. What else now? Well, I don't know. Let's start. Let's see if we can make it work. Okay. Let's see if we can communicate with the bot. So for that, I'm going to use my. Maybe you can see. By the way, I could make that much bigger. Sorry, I didn't think of that, but I need to. Yeah. Remind me if the fonts are way too small for you to see. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my matrix, to element, which is my matrix client. And I'm going to communicate with my older user. So can I clear this? Not sure I can clear this. No. No. Nothing obvious. Advanced maybe? Nah. I don't know how to clear that room. I've obviously done a lot of testing already, which is fine. So this is my old account, abompard@metrics.org. Not sure I can clear that actually. Anyway, let's see if we can communicate with it. Okay. Exclamation mark help. This is coming from my Fedora account, abompard@fedora.im, and exclamation mark help doesn't work. So let's see if we've seen something here. Fail to decrypt. You know what? I'm going to remove that channel, like leave the channel and try again. Because I may have it may be linked to my other other client. Okay. abompard@metrics.com. Okay, that will be like communicating with the bot account, right? Oh, that's a clean. Okay, that's good. So I'm sending the exclamation mark help command. Okay, the room has been created. Did it join? Something's happened actually. At least something happened. I see the exclamation mark help. That's what I sent. Why didn't it work? I know that's one of the available commands in maubot-fedora because I've been using that all the time. Maybe there is something to set in the configuration. Enabled. Sync auto join. Auto join is on. That is good. Display name. Display name is devilbot. Save. Is this going to change anything? Oh, it replied. Okay, it took quite a while to reply, but it did reply. Okay, so exclamation mark help, list the commands. That's okay. So that's the help, the inline help. Did it remark? Yeah, that was kind of slow. Okay, I've changed the username to devilbot so it's easier to see who's replying because otherwise you'll have the same name. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so all those commands are provided by the Fedora plugin, right? So there's, for example, there's who owns to get the owner of package, give you a packer issue, information about a user, group, etc., etc., etc. Who's on the call, bug, etc. Okay, that's good. Now I am going to try something else. What does the user command say? Okay, user has subcommands. One is hello, info, or local time. So there's one thing you need to know, and that's in tiny stage, the accounts are totally separate from Fedora, so you can not make any mistake and break things. But it means that the users that you might expect to be in Fedora are not in tiny stage. It has a bunch of random users generated by a script. So first we need to know one of them, for example. I know there are groups. I know there's a group called developers. Let's see what pound group, what exclamation mark group gives you. It should also be a subcommand. Okay, that's very slow, but in reality, when it doesn't go through my own computer and then a virtual machine and then back again, it's supposed to be much faster. Or did it fail maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe it worked. I know there's a group members command. Ah, yeah, that's right here. Okay, so group members developers. I know there's a group called developers that has a bunch of people in it. Okay, I see here that I see at the bottom right that the bot has seen it. So it has seen my message. It has seen my command, and now it's trying to make the calls. Oh, that it fails. That's why. Okay. Okay, so that's a bug. List members. And it got. Huh. If len of users. Okay, so users is none. That's not right. Okay, so let's see how we can fix that first. So we are in maubot-fedora. In Fedora, sorry, what was the traceback? In fast, line 56. Okay. Fast.50. Yes, I need. Yeah, sorry, I need to install something. The NeoVim plugin. Alright, let's get back to it. Okay, in 56. Oh, something else missing. It's the the Python server, I should say, like language server. It's 56. Okay, so here users is none. How could it be none? It means that this fastJSON client here thing is failing. Well, it's getting me like get group memberships is returning me none. How could that be? Fedora clients fastJSON. Sorry. I hope you can read that. Okay, so fastJSON client here, we are calling get group membership. Get group membership is what here is right here. How could it reply none? Seems weird. Huh. Oh, okay, so the JSON return is not okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to add some failsafe here. I think you can do. You can. Let's check the status code, okay? Because it might be wrong. Does it have raise on status like requests? Maybe not. But I'm going to. Well, I know the prints don't really work well here in the bot. I need to use the log command. So I need to set up a logger, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, logging. Okay, I have a logger now, and I'll be able to log.info. Okay, I'm logging the response. I'm pretty sure that it's the query failed, and that's why we're getting none. But that's not the good way to say to fail, right? So now that I have made a change, I need to upload it to upload the plugin back to my virtual machine. And for that, I'm doing a login. I think I'm logged in already. Yeah, build. Did you? Yeah, mbc build -u is going to build the package and upload it to. Okay. How does this work already? Oh, there's an alias here, maubot tiny stage test. Okay, that's what I need to specify. Okay, it's uploaded and it should be reloaded and running, right? So now, in theory, when it fails, I'll get something in the log. I didn't change the command, and I didn't fix the bug, but at least I know what's going on. Okay. All right, I get the error. And response code is 401. Okay, so I'm not authenticated. That's an issue, which means that I can't make calls to fastJSON. It's probably because I do not have a Kerberos keytab. Let me check that. Let's see if I can query fastJSON right here. What was my what was my URL already? It was fastjson.tinystage.test/fastjson. v1 me. Okay, it doesn't want me to query it. Okay, that's interesting. It means that I do not have. Oh, I don't have a key tab here. Okay. I probably need to set up a key tab, and that should be added. Yeah, that definitely should be added to the setting up script. Okay, that's a bit longer than I thought, but I'll show you how it's done, basically. It's not hard. Okay, so the setup is done by Ansible here in Devel Ansible. It has roles, and we should add a role that is going to create a key tab for us. I know there's plenty of those in TinyStage because we do that all the time in TinyStage. Right. They all do a lot of IPA get key tab, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. I think that's the right one. IPA get key tab. Okay, I'm going to check that. Get a key tab service for Apache. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's cool, but we are not Apache. We're going to do it differently. We are going to create a key tab for maubot. Ansible roles maubot tasks main. Okay, creation of the logdirs, copying the config, maubot meetings. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it here. Because why not? So, get a service key tab for maubot. IPI get key tab. It's that's going to be. Do I have a service registered already? No. I think it would be preferable if I could do that. Maybe that's just, yeah, maybe my host key tab is sufficient. Because I do have a key tab, that's the host key tab. I hope everybody knows what a key tab is, otherwise I can explain. Yeah, there's a key tab here. And I think I will need to set it up in the Kerberos config. So yeah, it's another lesson on key tab for another day. Yeah, it would require a whole lesson on Kerberos, and that's an entire whole different story. Kerberos is not for the faint of heart, but it's very powerful. But yeah, as all things complex, it's also sometimes a bit complicated. Okay, so I am going to. Yes, that's the one. Okay, set the default client key tab in krb5.conf. Okay, I think I need to set that, but I'm not certain. Let's check. Okay, TinyStage does this default ch name, but it doesn't have a default key tab, right? Default client key tab name. Okay, I'm going to create that. I'm going to create this file, and I'm going to do that properly, which means I'm going to do that in Ansible itself. So the line is supposed to be default client key tab, except that's not going to be the one, of course. That's going to be etc krb5.keytab. Yeah, of course. And it should have a section which is libdefaults. Right. Now I'm going to tell Ansible to install this file. Copy. src is, I already forgot how it was named. Um, Sorry. How did I name it? Oh yeah, carlb5.github.conf. Okay, test is going to be etc carlb5.conf.d and same name. Mode is normal, nothing specific about that. And I'm going to run it. So to run the provisioner again in a Vagrant box, you just run Vagrant provision. And it's going to run Ansible again, and this time deploy my file. A key tab is, if I wanted to say shortly, a key tab is basically like a very complex password. So it's a password set in a file, and yeah, that's basically it. I think it might have reset my plugin, so I'm going to upload it again, like reset it to default, just to be sure I'm uploading it again. Okay, let's see if curl works this time. Maybe that wasn't sufficient. But it is here. Default client kitab name. I think you can also use environment variables. Carabison client, Carabify client kitty name. Okay. Yes. So League of Lego Boy 99 said you want to launch Big Cyber, take down all the networks. Yet I do not want to launch a big cyber attack against China. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So I'm going to. I think I can do a kinit. I think what's missing is a kinit using that key tab, but I'm not sure. Look, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to do it anyway. So kinit can use a key tab. I know that. So let's see if that works now. I've joined you late. Can you explain what it is that you're doing? Well, I'm not launching a cyber attack. That's certain. All right. So, are you really coming for a stream on Fedora infrastructure applications? League of Lego Boy. Anyway, um, mm, Okay, I am trying to fix an issue on, well, trying to add a new feature to maubot-fedora, which is a plugin for Maubot, Maubot being a bot framework for Matrix. And we are, so there's a feature missing that we would like to add, and that will be um, to um, well, I think I'll explain it along the way. Basically, we have a system of cookies in the matrix channels that you can give to people for rewards. It's a purely symbolic thing, and there would be we want to add a new way of giving people cookies, basically using emoji reactions instead of typing things, and it's taking a bit too long for my taste at the moment. Yeah, we're adding a new feature. Yeah. The bug, if you want to read it, the bug is, where is it? Oh, the tracker, that's the one. I'll paste it in the chat so then people can have a look at it. Yeah, that would be the thing. Okay. Um, all right. So right now I'm trying to set up the development environment for Maubot, and this requires being able to query fast.json. And to query fast.json, we need Kerberos working, and it's apparently not working, and I do not know why yet. Using principal, blah, 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 blah. T maybe? Yeah, of course. Dash KT. Invalid argument while getting initial credentials. Huh. Is this not the thing? Pre-authentication failed. I do not know what's going on. Why can I do that from other... Like, if I'm here and I do a vagrant... I'm in tiny stage. If I do a vagrant SSH auth, I should be able to query tiny stage directly. Why is it possible there and not in the other one? Of course, it takes some time. Okay. Well, you know what? I could just paste it. That would be faster. Save me some keystrokes. Yes, it's not possible here as well. Is IPA running? I suppose it is. Let's see if I can do that from IPA. Maybe the issue is not what I thought it was. It's easy to jump on Kerberos because there's plenty of things in a Kerberos authentication system that can go wrong. So it's easy to have missed one of them. Yeah, it is fading. Okay, so I think I'll just skip that one and fix the issue in a not proper way, but like work around it for now. Boom. And now that is probably going to work. Yes, it works. Okay, so I needed to key in it, and it's not a proper way to do that because a bot shouldn't have to like do a key in it with its own user. So, but at least it will let us go forward. How do I stay focused when I get frustrated? That's a good question. Well, it depends on what the frustration is. Um, do you have an example? Okay, let me start. Let me go back to the web UI. I'm gonna type that again. Group members, developers. All right, we're getting there. Maubot has seen it. and see if that fails now in the logs. Hey, it's not failing. Do we get a response? Yes, we get a response. Okay, so that is working. That's all the developers that are currently in tiny stage. So it's all random names that have been made up, and I'm going to use one of them. For example, Troy Collins. Hello, Troy Collins. You are now my dummy user. And I'm going to try to give cookie to Troy Collins. So for that, I would need Troy Collins to actually post something. No. Right. Because I could do this, Troy Collins plus plus, and the bot would read that. Yeah. Troy Collins would need to post a message. Ah, that worked. Troy Collins has one cookie. That's good. But Troy Collins will need to post a message that I could react to using an emoji. So, how do I do this? Oh, I know. That's easy actually. So, um, all right, that's actually not so hard to do. I think I will need another, maybe I need another matrix bot, but maybe not. Okay, I will go to the noggin that is currently running in tiny stage. So I think it's auth, I think it's auth.tinystage.test/noggin. Right. Yeah, blah blah blah. It's a self-signed certificate. I know. Thank you. Username is Troy Collins. Password is password. And now what I'm going to do... No, not found. What do you mean not found? Of course it's password. What's wrong? Huh. Well, that is weird. Not IPA, but auth. That's where noggin is running. Yeah, just a minute. Let me look at that. Why would what would 404 not found? There's something wrongly configured in here. Mm. What's the error? Fast JSON, blah blah blah. Okay. It's not fast JSON that I. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Can you do that again, please, Noggin? Okay. What is wrong here? Oh! Do I have to type that? No. Where is Noggin deployed? Okay, it is running in the main VM, in the main virtual host. Okay, that's good. Why would it fail? Oh, that's really weird. What's the Noggin configuration? Auth.tinystage. Hey, yeah, that's wrong. That's not auth, that's IPA. Okay, we're getting there. I need to check. I need to change that before I forget. It will be in Ansible roles noggin templates noggin.cfg. That's not auth, that's IPA. Okay, so I can remember that for later. Can you try that again now? Same error. What do you mean it's not? What's causing this 401? It's IP.install test. Okay, that's good. Why is it giving me a 401? I'm going to check out. I suppose I'm going to check out the IP AVM. I suppose that it's not. There may be something wrong in the configuration here as well. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to fix that. We do change these things quite frequently, so sometimes there's a regression. Okay. Is it making a query that we don't know about? Apparently not even reaching it. Well, what's wrong? Not found. Troy Collins. But what is this? Okay, that's all good. Yeah, there's something wrong in Noggin. It's not connecting to the right server. Maybe there's something wrong in IPA default. Oh yeah, that seems wrong. Oh no, that's my host name. That's all right. It's getting me a 404. I mean, you should see that in the logs somewhere. Ah, yeah, I'm getting the error here. Okay, it is trying to connect to localhost to talk to IPA. That's very wrong. IPA is not on localhost. Hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is still something wrong in Noggin configuration. Oh right, I may need to like empty my cookies. You know why? Because I think it saves the name of the IPA server in a cookie, so that uh, you keep going to the same instance when there's a cluster. Okay, that is much better. No, it is much better. It's failing for another reason this time. Okay, try Collins. Password. Okay, that's better. All right, so we have him. What I'm going to do is pretend that, like, set Troy Collins to have my personal matrix account. And this way, when I'm resolving users, it might just work. Like, for example, if I'm giving a cookie to my bot user, the program is likely to be looking into FastJSON to see to which user that corresponds. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay. Can I do this? Like, can I mention that one? Yes. Is the bot going to understand that? Oh, I'm stupid. That's me. That's myself. I'm not sure the bot will be happy with that, but something's happening. Okay, I give myself a cookie. That shouldn't be allowed, and I'm going to fix that later. But at the moment, it's working. Um, what if I give a cookie to my other user, and it's probably I hope now that it's going to map it to Troy Collins. Yes, yes, I have already given cookie to Troy Collins. Okay, so it's identifying the devil bot as Troy Collins. Okay, we can move forward. All right, so now what's no, if you oh yeah, no, okay, I understand. So the question is, if we give someone a cookie, you should take our cookie. No, it's not like you have it. Imagine you have an unlimited amount of cookies, and you can give as many cookies as you want, but only one per person, right? You can't give two cookies to the same person, but you can give one cookie to as many people as you want, and it will not remove the cookies that you have yourself. If we if we were taking away a cookie to give it to someone else, then we will need to have a cookie factory somewhere that would distribute cookies to people, and there is no such thing. Um, all right. All right. Okay. So now let's look at the code here in maubot-fedora. Um, right now, when you give a cookie, you have like it reacts on it reacts on a message that contains a username with plus plus at the end. Okay. So now we want to react on emojis being attributed. So that's going to be a different event. Let's look at the docs. Okay, Maubot has documentation. It has quite a lot of documentation. What are the events that I might be responding to? Right now, I am only responding to message text or message notice. But I want to respond to something else. So that's going to be an event type instance. I want to react on event type.room tombstone. I don't know what room tombstone is, but that seems not great. Okay, so I'm going to add a new handler. I'm going to add a new handler and I'm going to put it here. Handle emoji. And it's not going to be room message. It's going to be, oh, I have, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Okay, beeper, call insert, forwarded, ignored user list. Reaction, that seems good. Room, blah, blah, blah. Space. No, I think it's reaction. Let's go with reaction. Handle emoji, nice. And now what does my reaction event contain? Well, that's a good question. I don't know if I have this information here. Like I do not have a link to the, oh, that's in Motrix. Event type is in Motrix. Okay, fine. Let's go to Motrix. Matrix, what is all that? No. Python, I think. Yeah, that's a mostly Python. Okay, does this have documentation? I don't see a lot of. Oh yeah, it has docs. Are they built somewhere? That would be nice. Yeah, it's probably here. Matrix.api. Where does this event type come from? Matrix.types. Okay, let's see if we have something like this. Yes. Just going to look for reaction. Yes. Okay. Okay. Reaction. Okay, for now, let's just print what we get, okay? Sorry. Okay, so we get a message, event type.class.message. So it's okay, it gives me a message, right? It's probably okay. I do not know what I'm going to get, but I'm going to print all of this. I'm going to print the event. Let's see if that gets somewhere. Let's build and upload. Let us. Okay, we're still in the logs here. Good. Now I want to react. Do you see this? Like, does it need to be bigger? Maybe it needs to be bigger. Okay, let's see what happens if I react to something. Here, react with whatever, a thumbs up, for example. So is it going to tell me something? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, there's something. Reaction event. Okay. Event type. Okay. Event class message. Very good. Okay, I have a room ID. Okay. Event ID. Okay. Sender. That will be me. So I know who reacts. Good. Timestamp, content, event ID, key. Okay, in the key I can look up the emoji. That's cool. In reply to, none. Okay. But I would like to know what message I am replying to. Okay, that's probably in content. Reaction event content. Where does this come from? Reaction event content. Do we have that somewhere? Please. Not working? Apparently the search is not working. That's a bit of a shame. It's probably in types now. Reaction event. Okay, reaction event template. Okay. It has a relates to. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just use that. Okay, I know who the sender is. That's good. So now I know who my sender is. Sender is equal to evt.sender. That's simple. Now I want my relates to. Look, so the message I'm handling message is going to be evt.content. That's the evt.content is going to be the reaction event content, and it has a relates to. That right? Am I reading that doc right? Content, okay. It has a relates to. Okay, let's do the relates to. Relates to. Huh. This has a lot of information. Okay, so relates to is going to be a matrix that type that relates to. Okay, very well. Converse subject. Okay. Rel type. Event ID. Yeah. Okay. So that's the reaction. Reaction. Okay. Emoji is going to be the reaction dot key. I need to check that I'm actually getting a cookie emoji, but for now I'm going to let it pass. Event, I think, what is relation type? I'm not sure that would be what I want to know. Annotation, okay, yeah, not very interesting. What I would like to know is the event. So there is an event ID here. I think I need to get this event ID. Yes, that will be likely. So event ID is going to be reaction.event event ID, but I need to get that. I need to get a message out of that, I think. How do I do that? Maybe it's in maubot this time. Commands, API, message event method, respond, okay, no, reply, edit. Content.relates to, and that was here, okay. What is the reply to? Is it what I want to? Reply to is none. Okay, so that's not what I want to look for. Okay. How do I get an event ID out of the server? That's a good question. Event ID. Okay, I think in Matrix I need to have a way to get an event from the event ID. How do I do that? Get event. That seems perfect. Get a single event based on room ID event ID. Okay. I think that's what I want. Or do I have a way to get a message maybe directly? Like react no, redact, send receipt, get event. Let's try get event. Okay, so event is equal to get event. How do I do get event? Have I used that before? I I suppose it's a self.get event. So get event takes two things. It takes a room ID and an event ID. I remember that the EVT had a room ID property. So I'm going to use that and the reaction event ID. Okay, that gives me an event. Now I want to print that event. So I'm going to do something a bit fancier. So I want to say sender reacted with emoji to event. And I want that. Okay. Let's upload that and see what we get in the log. Any people who join late, I can explain what I'm doing because I've been a bit deep now, so I can reply, explain what's going on. So that should be happening something. Something should be happening here. Let's say I react to this with a thumbs up. Aha, get event. Okay, so I'm not, get event is not how I get the event. That's, I thought, how do I get the event? Yeah, that's not how I do that. No, there was something. Mark read. Oh, see, that's from EVT. Okay, so it's not self. It's from the EVT. It's a property of the event of the EVT of the message event to be able to get another event. Fine. My bad. Let's try again. Sorry about that. Let's try again. Do it again. Cheers. Nope. Okay. Get event. What is this? It's a property of the client. Oh, it's a property of the client. Yes. Do I have the client somewhere? I think I do. Yes, because no, not that. Not you. Self.client. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. So it's not actually event. It's self.client. I am sorry again. All right. Let's hope that this time it works. Okay. And again, and again, and again. Do it. Oh no. I don't have a client, but I thought I... Wait, what? Oh. Oh, it's the bot that has a client, and I'm just a plugin. Sorry about that. Right, sorry about that. It's the bot that has the client, so self.bot. All right. So, freaks on CSGO. CS degree at Toronto full stack bootcamp. I live in a European country. Thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that really looks like an ad, and I'm sorry, but I'm not responding to that. Logs. What do you mean not bot? Of course it has a bot attribute. What did I do wrong this time? Okay, that's a handler, and a handler has Oh, it's self.plugin. Huh, I guess. Okay. Maybe I can get something from the auto-completion. Maybe not. Okay, so plugin should be, it should be my main bot, I think, which is in here in the init, and I think this one has a client. Yes. Okay, this should work. I've been saying that a lot, but this time it should really work. Okay, it's restarted. Let's clear that one and give it another reaction. Aha, I have a reaction. Okay, it doesn't crash. Okay, I get the sender, that's me, reacted with this to maubot, blah 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 blah. Yes, that is a message. And it has a sender. Yes, so I should be able, now that I have all the information that I need, not here. Here I know then that okay, so here my recipient, how did I call the recipient? Called it username. That's really not proper. That's not great. Oh yeah, it's to user. Was it? Is that to user? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So sender is going to be from user. Okay, my to user is to user. It's event dot sender. So sorry, that's message event. That's more clear. Okay. And I think here we might have the entire information that we need to give a cookie. Let's see. And this time, just to make it funnier, let's react with something else. Not much is happening. Ah, there it is. Okay, so that's the person who reacted. Okay, reacted with I get the emoji. Okay, to maubot@matrix.org. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay, good. So now we need to make sure that we're only reacting to the cookie emoji. So for that, I will need to get the cookie emoji, obviously. Cookie. Thank you very much. That's the cookie. Nice. Do I need this really? Yeah, can do. I only want to react on the cookie emoji. And now, instead of doing this, I want to give the cookie. So here, giving a cookie is kind of deep into a function, and then we need to extract that. But I know that in maubot-fedora at the moment, Ryan has already worked on something called add cookie commands, and it made changes to this part, and I would like to build upon it rather than make a conflict. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to prove it. Okay. Rebase and merged. Right. So I don't want to be conflicting with his pull request. So right now I'm doing something. Okay, I'm merging. Okay. So all right, I've updated it. Okay. Something that I should have done at the beginning is assign myself to the ticket so that other people don't work on it while I'm working on it. Otherwise, it would be a bit too bad. And now I can unstash my work. And look back at this. So things changed a lot in between because I think so. Ryan has cookie count, cookie give, cookie. Okay, he has added a cookie subcommand, and this give thing here really is a function. Yeah, it's no. Yeah. Right now we need to abstract it, I think. So give here still takes an event. I would prefer for the give command not to take an event, but to take a sender and a recipient. A sender which will be a string, and a recipient, right? So when I'm doing get fast user, what am I doing? That seems a bit wrong to have the event there. So get event. Yeah, it's not fantastic to do that. Okay, it needs to be thought. I need to think a bit about it. So our problem is that when you get when you have a message, you need to be able to read a matrix user from the message or read it when it has a mention in the message. So at the moment, what this matrix get matrix ID does is hmm, hmm, use the username if it exists, if we found one, and if not, find the matrix, find the mention, like read the mention in the message and extract the matrix ID from it. The thing is, oh yeah, maybe I'm not going to be doing that. Hmm. Okay, let's make that optional. Like, let's accept that message event can be none. And let's not do this more complex thing if the message event is none. Let's accept none. And if the message event is none, okay, that's more practical. I mean, it's gonna make it easier. It's gonna be more useful, I think. So here we are here when I do a give. Yeah, but that's a problem. Huh. For example, here I know that evt.sender is already a matrix user. It's formatted in matrix because it's given to me by the API. So that can be sender. And here I'm not sure that this is formatted properly. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's not, this API is not really very clean. Okay, I think I'm going to have to remove get matrix ID from the get fast user call. Yeah, that I think that's preferable, but that's going to be a bit of reformatting. Okay, I'm going to do that. Who's using get matrix ID? Nobody yet, but get fast JSON. No, what's the name for it? Get fast user. It's in several places. It's in on call, of course, in utils. Okay. Okay. I'll do the cookie thing later. Let me go to fast first. Okay, so here I want first to is it an await? It's not an await. It's get matrix ID off. Get matrix ID, and then here the get fast user starts with only with matrix ID. So here my get fast user is only going to accept the matrix ID as a string, doesn't accept the message event, and that's going to make things much simpler. it's string or it's none. I think it's going to be none. Okay. So now I have my get. Mm. All right. Yeah, that makes it a bit longer for all the plugins that were bundling all those two together, but I think it's more right. Okay, so now I have separated getting a matrix ID from a message and getting a fast user with a matrix ID. And yeah, at the moment they were all doing the same thing together. Well, I mean, they were always used together, so I had them in the same, but it's really not the same thing. Here, for example, okay, I think that's more, it's more correct. More, more versatile. Okay, so here in get, I know that the sender is already a matrix ID, so that's all good. The to user I am not sure of, so I'm going to make a not username but recipient. And I'm actually no. I do not have the event here. So I want the get fast user here to be directly the recipient. And I want that to be translated somewhere else, as in all the other places that call give. Get matrix ID, username. Okay, that seems more logical. Okay, so now give is independent from the event, from the matrix event. That's much better. It's going to convert users into fast users. Okay, that's what I want. And then it's going to make the SQL queries. Good. And if there is an error, so there's still this. Sorry about that. So if there's an error, I still want it to be able to respond, but I'm going to I'm going to return the response, right? Instead of doing this, I'm going to return the response. And in this case, all the users of the GIF functions are going to have to read that response. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so in here I was using the event timestamp to set the timestamp in the database, but I think it's fine. I think we can ignore that. And because the default is going to be now, so it's really nitpicking to try to set the date when it's going to be like milliseconds to seconds later, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to respond to return that. Okay. Okay. So now the give function gives me the message that I want to reply, and it's all good. Okay, so now I'll be able to use it for something else, which is replying with the cookie. Seems good. Okay. So now my reaction, instead of logging it, I'm going to actually do something. So the toUser, I know that toUser is already a matrix because it comes from the matrix API, so it's already the recipient. Yeah, the recipient is already a matrix ID. That's certain. And from user is unused, except by the log. Okay. toUser is unused as well. Okay, we're getting there. I think that's pretty good. I think that should be working. Let's try, no? Yeah, let's try it. Let's build and try it. Await return. Yeah, that doesn't work. Lines 125. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, that won't work. Let's try again. Uploaded. Let's look at the logs. Okay, so now let me get back to elements. Right. Now if I comment with anything that is not a cookie emoji, I should see nothing. Wave at you, Troy Collins. I should see something here, something coming in, but no reaction. Oh, maybe I don't see anything. It's fine. Let me react with the proper cookie emoji now. Cookie. I'm giving you a cookie. Aha! Something happens, and there's an error. Reaction event has no attribute respond. Oh yes. Yeah, that can be a response. Because, oh yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, I think it worked, except here I'm unable to respond to an event that is a reaction, right? Because there's nothing to respond. I have to post a new message for that. So how do I post a new message? Probably in the docs I can find that. I'll respond. Yeah. It's not here. Ah, yeah, that's here. Okay. Message event, respond. Okay. Respond without replying. Optional parameters, blah, blah, blah. Reply. Can I reply to an event? I am not sure. No, I don't think so. I think it has to be a brand new post. Okay, how do I post to a room? I suppose. Um, I suppose that's going to be in the client API. Create room, no. Get event, no. Probably not a get something. Ah, well, where are we? Invite, join, kick, knock, leave room, login, no. React, redact, remove, search, send. Ah, send image. Send message, that seems right. Okay, send message, that's fine. So, I need to do await serve.plugin.client.send message. The room ID, definitely the room ID, evt.room ID, and then my response. Let's try again. Cookie. What happens now? Ah, something's wrong. str object has no attribute relates to. My bad. It is making query. What's wrong with this? Doesn't look like it's in my code. Content is a string. Oh! Content can be a string, right? Content is probably not a string. Let's check. What's content? Oh yeah, it's a text. Okay. It has to be, okay. Okay, so for content, I need to use something that is not a string. Text message event content. Do I have created that before? Apparently yes. Okay, there's one that we don't need right here. So what's that? Right. Okay, that's gonna be my. There is nothing simpler. Like I couldn't have a send, like just a send instead of having a send message that is the most complex thing. Can't I have like a send text or something? Send notice. Ah, yes. It's a send notice that I want to do. Ah, that's why. Okay, that makes much more sense. Yes. Okay, that's good. All right, so instead of doing a send message, I want to do a send notice. Notice. And room ID, text. HTML, no HTML. Relates to has to be a, yeah, I don't want to care about that. Text equal response. Okay, that's good. Let us try that again. I'm gonna drink some water because I haven't drunk water for a while now. And we humans must do that frequently. I know. Okay. No, where is my... Ah, it's here. Okay. Remove the cookie, add the cookie again. Is this gonna work this time? That'd be cool. Hmm. Things happened. Things are happening. So things are still happening. And it tells me you have already given. Yes, that's good. Okay, now I'm going to trick the bot into thinking that I haven't given a cookie. I can't really, I don't have a command to remove cookies from people, but I can hack on the database itself. It's in varlog, no, varlib maubot. Plugins, probably devil. And yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I should prevent somebody from giving themselves cookies. Um, just a second, let me write that down in the ticket before I forget. Okay, it should be a simple one. Anyway, back to that. So I'm going to remove all the cookie entries. Very well. And now I'm going to try again. Okay, let's say that Mr. Devilbot right here, I would like to react with a cookie to whatever you say. What do I see? Okay, things are happening. Ah bon, pas de give a cookie to try, Collins. I have one cookie. Yes, that works. Okay, it works, that's nice, but it's not sufficient. We need to make sure that it keeps working in the long run, so I'm going to write a unit test for it. So, here I have tests for test cookies. Très bien. Très très bien. That's a test for the count. Cookie parse. That's a main test for giving a cookie. And now I'm going to try to give a cookie using a reaction. I don't know how that's going to work, but let's try. Cookie react. Okay. So I need to have a dummy user. I need to have a foobar user. All right, that's all good. And I need to mock the latest version of Fedora. I only need one. It's fine. I don't really need the rest. It's fine. And then I'm going to. I can't send the command to the bot. I need to mock the get event method from the bot because it's going to try to get the original message using get event. So that's not going to be sufficient. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to have to mock it here. Bot.client.getEvent equal mock.async mock with a return value that is whatever complex thing we had before. Okay, it's going to be something a bit complex. It's going to be, do I have the types here? I have to build the entire types from Motrix, I think. That's going to be a bit of a pain. We'll see. So, what did we have? We needed a reaction event. Okay, fine. So, the return value was a reaction event that had the following properties. It had a content, which was a reaction event content. Okay, we're getting there. And this content had a relates to, and the relates to was relates to type. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's not the entire thing. Right. Get event is not that. It's a text event message, right? It's a text message. Yeah, what I'm building here is my event actually. It's not useless, but it's the event that I'm going to be receiving. Okay, and the original message is a text message event, I suppose. Or is it? Yeah, I guess it's a text message event. Okay, text message event that has a sender, which is mm, no, it's what's the name of my other user? It's either dummy or foobar. Okay, so that's gonna be foobar. Okay, and my event has a relates to, which is relates to class. Fine. This relates to class has an event ID, which doesn't matter actually. It can be anything. And a key, which is the cookie. Right, in the emoji, it's the cookie thing. Um, no. Okay. Is it right? I think that's okay. So I'm not sending a command to the bot, but I'm reacting to something that happened. I'm gonna make that smarter. Mm-mm. Okay, and here it's going to just be I'm just refactoring a bit the thing because I want to use it, but it assumed a lot of arguments. I don't want to do that. I don't need those. Okay, that should work. And now I can use dispatch here instead of, so await bot.dispatch. The event is going to be reaction, we know that, and the reaction is this. Okay. Okay. Bot.send, and okay, that should work in theory. Yeah. Okay. The emoji async mock is, oh yeah, get event. Right. Get event is okay. I want to get the return value is going to be the original message, I think. Right, so text message event, no, it's a text message event content. And relates to needs to be added here. No. Okay. So now it tells me that I've never used that, of course. What else? Message type. What else? Message event. Fine. Event content. Fine. Okay. I use the rest. Sender. No spaces. Okay. Okay. That is good. Now let's try to run this test. Yes, I need to run that with docs, I suppose. Okay, I suppose, okay. Okay, run it. Fail. Give command. Hmm. Wait, what? Oh! Yeah, my bad. Sorry. That was a leftover. Oh no, I need to. No cove. Thank you. I'm gonna save us some time for the next time. Okay, so text message event content. Okay, I think I need a message event. Right. I think I need to make a message event. I think I can make a text message event content like this. Okay. Is this gonna work now? Oh yeah, because of course the sender is a property of the other one. So League of the Voice says, should we create a log to help us debug? What do you mean a log of what? Logs are cool, but what kind of log do you mean? Okay, so message event needs a type, a room ID, an event ID, and timestamp. Oh, that's a bit of a pain. But I suppose I'll do it. So type is wait, who has sender actually? Presence event, no. Requested key, no. What's that? No. Ah, yeah. Base room event. Okay, that's why it's failing. Okay. All good. All good. Okay. Okay, so I'm okay, fine. What if I do yeah, that's not correct. Now I'm tricking it. It's so what's I do not know really. I think I had that somewhere in the logs. Yeah, I think that would have been event class, event type.class.message. Let's use that for now. Let's do that. Okay, we need a type. What else do we need? Room ID. Okay, that's easy. Um, we don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, what else? Event ID. Yes, and timestamp. Do I have time already? No. And I have a timestamp now. Are you happier? Reaction event, same stuff. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? It's all Okay, fine. Tried to be smart here. Okay, reaction event. And reaction event is from, that's from the dummy user, right? Oh. Ooh. Okay, let's make it even better. Okay, now I want to parameterize it depending on the cookie. Okay, I want to send different cookies and have different results, right? Yeah, yeah, that would be totally fun. Um, so I want this test to run multiple times with different emoji. So the first one is going to be, oopsie, fedora dot cookie emoji. Second one is going to be whatever, like whatever emoji I want, like this. Okay, perfect. Something that is not the cookie emoji. Okay, and now my assortment is going to be okay. So is cookie emoji is going to be whether I'm good or not, and you know what, I'm going to do this way. Okay, now I'm testing the same thing, except I'm testing for a wrong emoji, and it works! Yes! Okay. That seems pretty good. What did I do? Did I leftovers here and there? Yes, of course, in the fast.json code. But of course, I mean, if the it should raise an error. I mean, it should, yeah. But I'm going to doing it at another time. So I'm not sure what the properties are for HTTPX, for the properties of responses. Just gonna check that real quick. It should be pretty simple. URL, okay, text. That's the thing. Okay, add a text. Okay. Yeah, that's better, but that's not what our work is about today. So I'm gonna keep that, but in other commits. Okay, so I've created this cookie emoji. Okay, I'm reacting. Okay, I refactored give to accept a sender and a recipient instead of an event, a message event, which is really not necessary. Okay, and I'm returning the code. Okay, here I am taking that change into account, of course. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all that seems right. It's adjusting to the refactoring. That's a good idea. That's a good question. I think you cannot have multiple reaction of the same emoji to a post. Like if you react to an emoji, if you've added an emoji to a post, I think you can add the same emoji twice. But let's check that. Yep, it removes it. That said, you can't remove a cookie. Like you can't remove a cookie from someone, so someone else can add it. Absolutely. So and if two people react to a post to the same, like if multiple people react, then the person should get as many cookies as there were reactions. And I'm pretty sure that that's what's going to happen because it's going to be a different event in Matrix with a different sender. So I think that's going to work. I can add that in. I can test for that, I think, but that's going to be mocked so much that yeah, that would more be like an integration test that I need to set up a real server for. Can't really do that. And I have tests for it. Okay, let's run the entire test suite and see where things fail. I'm pretty sure that things are going to fail with black, like formatting on rough. But yeah, I'm going to run those first. Black and lint. That's probably going to fail first because I haven't really paid attention to the formatting, and Vim doesn't reformat for me when I save, as I do that in Visual Studio, but not in Vim. Mostly because uh, in Vim I want to be able to hack on projects that I do not own, and that's maybe not using Black at all. So I don't want to reformat their stuff. So Black is unhappy, of course, but it's fine. We expected that. And yep, and Rough is unhappy as well. So Black is unhappy with the tests and probably with the filter. Okay, all that is reformatted. Rough check tests Fedora. Yeah, fix all that, please. Now let's try the tests again. It's all good. Okay, let's try the real unit test now. Let's try the unit tests. Things fail. Yeah, things probably fail there are things that yeah. Okay, the get fast user change is breaking everything. It's fine. I'll fix it. Because I'm sure it's making uh, see there's a lot of errors. Oh, in test. Okay, right. So let's start with this one. It's easier. Get fast user, blah blah blah. Okay. So now we are not doing it this way. Actually, I should split that because it's not, yeah, it's not really get fast user that is being tested here. It's get matrix ID. So I'll split it. I do not need to mock HTTP calls with that. And I do not need mentions. Or do I? Yeah, I do need mentions. So actually, what happens if I do not find the username in getMatrixID? Do I return none? Yes, I do return none. Okay, which is fine. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's try this test first. Oh yes, of course. It's not get fast user, we're testing. You see it here, it's get matrix ID. Sorry. And we don't have this argument. Right. Does it work now? No. Oh, non-type can be a... Oh yeah, it's not synchronous. It is not asynchronous. So all good. What's going on? Okay, something's wrong. So on my first try, on my first here, okay, I'm expecting dummy 2. Okay, let's see what what my parameterization is. Okay, so I'm giving it dummy and no mention. Then I should get none, right? Yes, I should get none. That's the same here. I give it that dummy the example.com, no context. It's fine because it's already a matrix ID. Okay, same thing for dummy 2. If I give it a mention, then it should extract this. If I, that's the exact same thing here. And if I, no, it should extract, no, that's fine. It's not necessary. Display name. No, that's okay. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Right, so that test get matrix ID. Okay, now for get fast user, I do not need to give it the entire, like the whole. I do not need to give it the formatted body also, make message the event, etc. I do not need that. So this can go away. And then as a result, I am getting only, the only thing I'm going to get here right. Wait, that can't work. What's username? Oh no, yeah, it's still a bit different from what I thought. Okay. I've actually splitted this function in two, but it's not equivalent to what it was doing before. Hmm. It's much harder than I thought. This thing is much because it requires some refactoring that I didn't really thought of before. Hmm. Can it return none? Yeah, it can return none. If I'm passing in something that is not a matrix ID, and that is not, it can find it in the formatted body, it can return none. Okay. then what happens in that case? Yeah, that's not great. I don't know if I'm going to scrap some of the code. I don't want to remove it if it's doing something. If it's, I don't want to remove features. Here we have quite a complex situation actually because we can have, look, so we have a message that can contain a username, just a username. It can contain a matrix ID. It can contain a mention, which is actually an HTML snippet that contains the matrix ID. And I was testing all that in the parameterize section, and I need to make sure that I'm retaining all the features. So this needs to be split, I think, because it's doing too many things. So it's kind of hard to. So matrix ID. So if it's none, it means we didn't find a matrix ID. For example, if I write, I don't know, Ryan Lodge plus plus, there's no matrix ID in there. So it should probably not return none. Yeah, maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I did that wrong. So if it's a user, I get this text. Get matrix ID. Yeah, so if I did not find, yeah, so maybe if I did not find the matrix ID, oh, that's why it was grouped together. Because if it doesn't find a matrix ID, it should just use the username and assume that it was a fast account. That's why it was grouped together. Not great. Okay, I need something. Okay, I need something smarter than. Well, I need to split that into again. So I will have something that. So I need something that will take a matrix ID that I know is not none and get me the fast user, the corresponding fast user. Okay? Just this part. Get user by matrix ID. Get fast user from matrix ID. Okay. Okay. Okay, that part works. So I have a matrix ID and it gives me a fast user. If it looks for whatever the user has set in their profile. If it doesn't find it and it's on the right um, domain, then I'm going to just use the username from that and get it from fastJSON. Okay, I think that works. So League of Lego Boys asks what the biggest problem is right now. My problem is that I have a function that is called getFastUser that was doing a lot of things, and I want to use a part of this function. So I need to split it into the component that I want to use separately, but I still want the other functions or bots or commands that were using the entire function to keep working with the same set of features. So here I'm going to retain my old signature because I think that's the only way I could make it work. What was my old signature? That's what it was doing before. It was taking a username, taking a message event, calling getMatrixID with username and event. Okay, that's still the case. Yeah, that's still the case. And that was basically it. So here, if matrix ID, then I'm going to just do right. And if not, if I didn't find the matrix ID, then I'm going to call matrix ID to username. Really? So what happens here? We haven't found a matrix ID. Okay, that's good. That's normal. We have found a matrix ID, but it's not in FAS. Well, I do not agree, because yeah, that's not the case anymore because it was just setting the username and just okay. That's more clear. Like we have only one case that gets us here. Okay, matrix ID to username. Well, no, it's not supposed to be. Well, it's not going to be a username if it's here because it's not going to be a matrix ID if we're here because if it were a matrix ID, I would have found it here. So no. So just username then. Okay, that's clearer. And I'm going to be able to I'm retaining the entire signature of the function, and I'm still able to use the matrix. Okay, that seems okay. Seems better. Okay. Now let's check the tests. See if they. So this still works. This entire function should still work exactly the same. Actually, I can test that. I can test that. Yeah, of course this part works. Test get fast user. Ha. Yes, I removed something. Oh yes, of course. Where is that? It's in because I changed that. Very smart of me. Yes. I don't know why I removed that, but apparently I did. 956. Right, I'm not calling it properly. That is entirely correct. Okay. So there are differences. Last one is display name did not raise. Okay, it should have risen. So what's the test here? Display name. What with display name? Okay, display name doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't find it. It's fine. The mention is dummy. And it should fail. Why should it fail? It should. It mentions dummy.example.com. Why should it fail? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Let's look at the previous one. Um, result is none. How could getFastUser give you none? In what situation does it give you none? Okay. What was the foobar somewhere? Yeah, I'm sorry it's taking much longer than I thought. But I mean, I'm here, but you don't have to stay on the screen. I'm not strapping you to your chair, so I'm gonna fix that and then be done. Okay, so what's going on here? Non-type objects not subscriptable. Okay, that means that wait, what? So expected is not none, but my result is none. And I'm doing this with what is the test case? Dummy is the username, foobar@somewhere.com is the mention. Oh, I know. I think I know. When I did that here, I'm returning none then. So I suppose that would be preferable. Yeah, the last one is kind of crappy anyway. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, it's a little complicated. Maybe I'm just lost as well. Sometimes after working too long on something, I need to take a break, and I need to come back to it with a fresh mind. Right now, I'm not in that state. But thanks for staying around. That's always appreciated. Yeah, I mean, most of the thing is done. Um, I just need to. Most of the thing, the feature is done. It's fixed. It's working. It's tested. I just need to adjust the tests to. Yeah, just need to adjust the test to keep working, basically, to to the changes that I made to the other functions. I think you know what? I think I'm gonna stop there. Um, I'll probably going to take a break and fix it. It's probably something simple that I'm not able to focus at the moment. But I think most of the work is done. I'll push it to the repo later. Um, and but yeah, I think most of the work is done. I just need to do some reformatting and refactoring of the existing functions that I'm using and try to not break this very feature. I think besides this one, it shouldn't make any change. I shouldn't have to fix anything else. I think that's the main thing that could have been a regression. So, okay, well, I think I'll stop there then. Um, if there's still people in the chat besides you. Um, Yeah, thanks a lot for keeping with us to the end and interacting with me. That's always appreciated. I hope I'll see you around. Next one is going to be next Friday, and we'll be working on something else possibly, or maybe also maubot-fedora or maubot meetings if there is also something to work on in there. We'll see. Um, and so thanks for attending. Thanks for everybody who joined the stream. I agree. I admit that I'm a bit lost in the end, but I need to like get some fresh air and get some new pair of eyes looking at this, which are going to be probably my pair of eyes, but a fresher one. Um, I'll see you next Friday then, and thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good weekend. And if I'm not yeah, that's how it is. And see you next time. Thanks for joining again. See ya.